What's up, besties? Are you guys tired of me yet? Because I have been pushing out video after video after video. But there are a lot of things that I have to do in order to get my life set up for 2025. And I thought, hey, why not bring you guys along with me? So today's video is all about sinking funds. My 2025 sinking fund lineup. And it's going to be a little bit different than what it has ever been. So if you want to know how I'm setting up my sinking fund savings for 2025, let's go. If you are here for the very first time, my name is Jasmine, aka Budget Treasures, and here on my channel I talk about all things finance with the emphasis on budgeting, saving money, and paying off debt. I encourage that you subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of fun over here in 2025. I am on a mission to help 1,000 women save their first $1,000, and let me tell you, the besties are already showing up, and I love it. Yes. Congratulations to all the besties who have already saved their first $1,000, but we are on a move and we're getting it done. So if you want to be a part of that movement, subscribe. And if you're a returning bestie, hey girl, hey. All right, you guys, let's get into it. I believe that there was some people who asked me for this video, like, when is it coming? And I literally just confirmed with myself what I want to do for 2025. And I think I'm pretty excited about it. 2024, this was my list. It was outrageous. Like, this is crazy, right? Like, why all of these sinking funds? This was absolutely crazy. I definitely did not have this many sinking funds. It's just too much for me, and I'm very simple, and I know I had communicated with you guys that I was thinking about just having one spending bucket and let that do its thing. But I do like the idea of separating certain sinking funds out, or even categorizing them. I do still like that idea. So I said, okay, I'm gonna make this easy. So this is going to be for year 2025. And I'm gonna let you guys know how I'm gonna write everything out. So the way that I'm gonna manage my sinking funds in 2025, I will have half of my sinking funds in cash, and then I will have the other half of my sinking funds actually in a high yield savings account with Ally Bank. And with this bank, I love it because you can have buckets, which are basically like digital cash envelopes. And the reason why I decided to do this for the half of the sinking funds that I'm going to talk about, the reason why I decided to have these in a high yield savings is because I'm not going to be pulling from these sinking funds until it's actually time for me to use it, and it's gonna only be like once a year. So it will allow me to gain interest monthly as I am putting money into that sinking fund. The sinking funds that I'm gonna have in cash, those are more variable, and I will use those a little bit more often. So I'm not sure necessarily how much interest I would gain by putting in, taking out, putting in, taking out as often as I will be doing with these variable sinking funds. So first we're gonna start with the variable sinking funds, and then we will come back and talk about it. Let's go over the list. So these are more of my, I'm just gonna put up here, physical sinking funds. And they're more variable, which means I don't necessarily have to contribute to these sinking funds every 2 weeks or every month or whatnot. It's all based on the need. But what I put here is kind of like an average or overall of what I actually put in that sinking fund every time that I am paid or receive income. So for my household, I generally put about $50 each check, and that allows me to be able to buy what I need to buy for my household items like cleaning products and different things like that when the time comes. I pretty much purchase maybe like once every 2 months is when I'll need to buy toilet paper, paper towels, and those things like that. But saving $50 a paycheck allows me the opportunity to be able to do that. Skincare, this is really like a new envelope because I do like using skincare on my face, but you know, just purchasing it all at once can be expensive. So I just have like a little, and I don't know why I put $50 here because that is not true. I spend $50 for toiletries and like $20 for skincare. So that is incorrect. So skincare is about $20 and then toiletries is $50 generally that I put in that envelope. But once again, remember, depending on what the needs are at that time, this is variable, okay? So same thing for toiletries. I'm able to purchase my lotion, my feminine products, and toothpaste and all of those things, toothpicks and those items that I may need. I'm able to purchase those, and you know, like I do use sanitary napkins, and those are not cheap, so definitely need those monthly. But so that's why I put the $50 in the envelope. And then medical, $10. This is for any medicine that I may need to purchase or co-pays and things like that. Car maintenance, I think it is good for me to have a car maintenance sinking fund because I do have to get my car maintenance seems like it's, at one point it seemed like it was every month, but I do drive a lot, so every so many miles I do have to get my car serviced. And then cleaners, before I was putting a lot, but now about $20 that allow me to be able to put my clothes in the cleaners when I need to. And then Jazzy Money, $50 a check. This is just for me, like my allowance. I could do anything that I want to do with this money. These are physical sinking funds. Once again, this doesn't mean that I have to contribute every single paycheck. These are just the standard physical sinking funds that I will have for 2025. Okay, so now the second page will be for my digital virtual sinking funds.
Daydream with me, let your mind explore all the things we were created for. Possibilities, an open door that keeps us reaching out for more.
So now for the digital sinking funds. Once again, these sinking funds will be buckets in the Ally account, and I will be virtually depositing money into these accounts. So for Costco, it's $65 for Costco. So each check is $3. I would only need to save $6 per month. AAA is $180. And I would only need to save about $16 per month, but it's $8 per check. Prime is $7 per check, about $14 per month. And after a year, I will have the $149.77. For Clear, it's $199 total. I would only need to save $9 per check. And yes, I believe it's $9 per check. And then memberships, I mean, it's $20, so that's fine. And then vehicle registration is $300, and I would need to save about $13 per check. And $13 per check. And what is that? About $25 per month. So I could do one of two things, okay? I can take this money and I can just save whatever the total is. If I add up the 3, the 8, the 7, the 9, the 13, and I can, you know, be dumping money into these buckets every month. Or I can take the full amount, dump it in this bucket, and then just let it accrue interest every month until I need that money. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do, instead of bothering with these little amounts every single month, transferring it over, I am going to work on having this entire amount and just throwing it in that bucket and already have the money there. I need to pay this in September, Prime in September, Clear January of next year. The memberships is in November, AAA is in March of every year, and then Costco is right now. So I think I probably will just do that instead of taking a little bit each paycheck. But if you are not able to just take the full amount and save it, then this is so much better than taking the full amount, of course. And it's also so much better, like once that bill, because these are bills, I'm going to receive a bill for it. Once it's due, you don't have to take a whole $300 out of your paycheck, which could potentially present a hardship for you. You know, if you only have so much money to pay your bills and then you get this $300 bill in the mail, it's like, what? Really? Now I gotta go into robbing Peter to pay Paul, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I hope that this has been helpful for you to think about your sinking funds. You know, don't make it too overwhelming like I did in 2024. Just make it to where it's clean, it's easy, and it's seamless to do. And that's what I decided to do in 2025. It's just to make it easy and seamless. I think I was, encouraged and maybe admired by all of the sinking funds that my peers have, and I was trying to be like them. But sometimes we have to remember that our situation is our situation and make it work best for us. And so I can see me moving more into an area where I'm saving cash and using cash, but not as much as I was before, because it's just easier. Yeah, but anyway, these are my sinking funds for 2025. What are your sinking funds? Did I miss any sinking funds that you think I should probably have on here? Because as you can see, when I was doing the digital ones, I had forgot about my vehicle registration, and that's a pretty big one. So some other ideas of sinking funds is if you have children who are in school, definitely a back to school sinking fund. If you have any bill that you have to pay, I know some people are helping their kids in college, and you have to pay for room and board, that's a good sinking fund. Any sports that your kids are in, that's a sinking fund. Clothes, shoes, those are sinking funds. Like, I want to flood the comments once again, as I always love to do, on what are some other sinking funds, rather physical or virtual, or digital, rather physical or digital sinking funds that you can add, that anyone can add to their roster. So I hope that this video was helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Go be great, besties. Peace out.
You special and she reckless. Baby, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright.